The aging body is an unavoidable biological reality. After the age of 50, changes in the digestive system begin to occur slowly but significantly. Nutrient absorption is disrupted and the intestines lose their efficiency, making the extraction of essential substances more difficult. The result is a progressive nutritional deficit which, if not properly addressed, can lead to diseases that develop silently and eventually become difficult to cure conditions. Bones begin to lose density, increasing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures that can change quality of life in an instant. The immune system becomes less responsive and more vulnerable, opening opportunities for infections and chronic inflammation to develop. Heart health is also affected, with blood pressure fluctuations and less efficient circulation becoming serious problems for many seniors. Meanwhile, the brain that doesn't receive the necessary nutrients to function optimally begins to show signs of decline. Chronic fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and even memory disorders become increasingly common, considered a normal part of the aging process. Before we go further, I'd like you to share in the comment section. Are you or your parents already routinely taking vitamin supplements? What types of vitamins have become part of your daily health routine? Many people try to address this by adjusting their diet and creating a calmer environment. Unfortunately, these efforts are often inadequate because they don't realize that over time, the body can no longer absorb nutrients in the same way as when they were younger. The key to improving this situation is understanding that after the age of 50, the body needs additional support. Certain vitamins become essential to compensate for deficiencies that accumulate over time. They not only correct existing problems but also prevent future complications. Proper nutrition guarantees more energy, strength, and mental clarity, the quality of life everyone wants in their golden years. Now is the right time to act. Knowing these vitamins is the first step to restoring what has been lost and maintaining what is still strong. Let's discuss 4 essential and affordable vitamins for seniors who want longevity and optimal quality of life. 1. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin because our bodies produce it when skin is exposed to sunlight. However, as we age, the skin's ability to produce this vitamin decreases dramatically. Even people who routinely sunbathe can experience deficiency. Vitamin D is essential for strengthening bones, protecting the immune system, and preventing various chronic diseases. Without it, the risk of falls, fractures, and infections increases significantly. Bone fragility becomes noticeable, falls that were once harmless now become serious, and joint pain appears without clear explanation. Muscles begin to lose strength and without realizing it, vitality slowly diminishes. This happens because the immune system starts to weaken, making the body more vulnerable to various diseases. This problem is very serious because vitamin D deficiency is not easily recognized with the naked eye. Over time, vitamin D levels will decrease slowly and progressively. In elderly people, vitamin D deficiency even worsens calcium absorption, which is crucial for bone health. The result is increasingly brittle bones, leading to more serious injuries when falling. The impact doesn't stop at bones and muscles. Vitamin D also regulates the immune system response. When vitamin D levels are low, the body is associated with increased risk of respiratory infections, autoimmune diseases, even cardiovascular problems. The heart becomes affected, muscles lose endurance, and even the brain is impacted. Seniors with this vitamin deficiency are more likely to experience depression and cognitive decline, conditions often misinterpreted as normal aging processes. In fact, many of these symptoms can be improved with proper and monitored vitamin D supplementation. Although sun exposure is the main source of vitamin D, over time the body's ability to produce it decreases. Modern routines with more time indoors and constant use of sunscreen also reduce the natural production of this vitamin. Food only provides small amounts of vitamin D, which is not enough to meet daily needs. Food sources containing vitamin D include fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified foods. However, for many seniors, supplementation becomes very necessary, especially for those who already show signs of deficiency. Correcting this deficiency can dramatically change health quality. People who previously tended to experience chronic fatigue, muscle weakness, and recurring infections report significant improvements after normalizing their vitamin D levels. Bones become stronger, the immune system more efficient, and vitality increases again. Don't let this deficiency go unnoticed.
Ensuring sufficient vitamin D levels is essential for the health of bones, muscles, and the immune system to slow down the aging process.
Consult with your doctor to get proper dosage recommendations according to your specific condition. 2. Vitamin B12. Have you ever felt that your mind isn't as quick as it used to be? Over time, it's normal to feel that memory begins to decline. Words become difficult to recall in conversations, familiar names suddenly become hard to access in memory, and fatigue persists despite getting sound sleep. Simple tasks begin to require more effort, and concentration is no longer as easy as before. Often, these changes are considered a normal part of aging, but they could be clear signs of vitamin B12 deficiency, an essential nutrient that is frequently overlooked in seniors. Vitamin B12 is crucial for nervous system function and the formation of cells that protect neurons. When vitamin B12 levels decrease, communication between brain cells becomes slower, and the first signs begin to appear. Frequent forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, and even unexplained mood changes. In more severe cases, long-term vitamin B12 deficiency can increase the risk of neurodegenerative diseases such as dementia, including Alzheimer's. This is not just a matter of discomfort, but a serious threat to independence and quality of life in old age. The impact doesn't stop at the brain. Vitamin B12 is also important for the production of red blood cells, which are responsible for carrying oxygen in the blood. Without enough vitamin B12, the body cannot produce enough healthy red blood cells, causing anemia that results in persistent fatigue, dizziness, and shortness of breath. When this happens, the heart must work harder to compensate for low oxygen levels in the blood, which increases the risk of cardiovascular complications. What might start as ordinary fatigue could lead to serious heart problems if allowed to continue. As age increases, vitamin B12 absorption becomes more difficult. The stomach produces less hydrochloric acid, a substance needed to release vitamin B12 from food so it can be absorbed by the body. Without sufficient acid, vitamin B12 remains bound to food and is simply discarded. Additionally, many elderly people take medications for reflux or gastritis that further reduce the absorption of this vitamin. Medications such as proton pump inhibitors and antacids, commonly prescribed for digestive problems, can significantly decrease the body's ability to absorb B12. As a result, this silent deficiency can take years to detect, while damage to the nervous system continues in the background. When symptoms finally become apparent, the damage may already be quite advanced and difficult to fully recover from. The main foods rich in vitamin B12 come from animal sources, such as meat, dairy products, and fish. Those who rarely eat meat, especially vegetarians and vegans, need to be more careful to prevent deficiency. In many cases, especially for the elderly, supplementation is the only effective way to maintain adequate vitamin B12 levels. Correcting vitamin B12 deficiency provides benefits that can be felt immediately. Thinking becomes clearer, energy returns, and the body responds more enthusiastically to daily activities. Many people report feelings of mental fog lifting after addressing their B12 deficiency. Many people who previously experienced tingling in hands and feet, extreme fatigue, and difficulty remembering report remarkable improvements after several months of supplementation with this vitamin. However, it's important to remember that supplementation should be done under the supervision of healthcare professionals. Ensuring adequate vitamin B12 levels not only maintains mental health but is also crucial for heart health and the overall nervous system. Don't ignore the early signs of deficiency. Regular checkups and proper supplementation can make a big difference in your quality of life. 3. Magnesium. When the body begins to age, it often gives clear warning signs that are frequently ignored. Sleep is no longer as sound. Nights are disturbed by continuous awakening without clear reasons. Blood pressure begins to fluctuate, causing dizziness and anxiety. Muscle cramps come without warning, especially at night, disrupting much-needed rest. A sense of fatigue spreads throughout the day despite adequate sleep, and slight tremors in the hands and tingling in the feet become more frequent, interfering with daily activities. These symptoms, which are often ignored or considered a normal part of the aging process, could be signs of magnesium deficiency, a vital mineral whose role is often overlooked in elderly health. Magnesium is an essential mineral for more than 300 biological processes in the body. Magnesium regulates muscle contraction, nerve function, and controls blood pressure. When magnesium is insufficient, muscles cannot relax properly, resulting in pain, tension, and disruptive cramps. This is not just a matter of comfort but can affect mobility and independence. In the nervous system, magnesium functions as a natural calming agent. Its deficiency is associated with irritability, anxiety, and sleep difficulties often experienced by the elderly. Magnesium helps regulate the production of neurotransmitters that control mood and sleep quality, two health aspects that greatly influence daily quality of life. What might not be widely known is the close relationship between magnesium and blood pressure. The connection between magnesium and blood pressure has been well proven by scientific research. Studies show that adequate magnesium levels help dilate blood vessels, reduce heart workload, and lower the risk of hypertension. This is especially important considering hypertension is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke, two leading causes of death in the elderly population. Magnesium acts as a natural guardian of cardiovascular health, maintaining stable heart rhythm and healthy blood pressure. Natural sources of magnesium include foods such as nuts, seeds, spinach, and bananas. Unfortunately, most people do not consume enough magnesium in their diet. Soil degradation due to modern agriculture has reduced the concentration of this mineral in food, making it more difficult to get sufficient amounts from diet alone. Additionally, the aging process itself reduces the intestine's ability to absorb magnesium from food, creating a vicious circle of increasingly severe mineral deficiency with age. This situation often makes supplementation a necessary alternative to meet daily magnesium needs. People who successfully correct magnesium deficiency often feel immediate improvements in their quality of life. Sleep becomes more sound and restorative, providing more energy for activities throughout the day. The mind becomes calmer and clearer, muscles more relaxed and less stiff, and blood pressure stabilizes. All of this contributes to overall well-being and more efficient body function. Magnesium indeed does not get as much attention as vitamin D or calcium, but its role in maintaining optimal health for seniors should not be underestimated. Magnesium supplementation should be done carefully and under the supervision of healthcare professionals, as doses that are too high can cause side effects such as diarrhea and kidney problems in people with impaired kidney function. However, with the right dosage, the benefits are substantial for long-term health. If you or someone you love experiences the symptoms mentioned, consider discussing the possibility of magnesium deficiency with your doctor. Checking magnesium levels and proper supplementation can be an important step toward better health and vitality in old age. 4. Coenzyme Q10. As you age, you may feel your energy depleting more quickly. Simple activities like climbing stairs suddenly require more effort. Short walks necessitate more frequent rest, and fatigue becomes a constant companion that is difficult to separate from daily life. These fatigue symptoms aren't just signs of normal aging, but could indicate low levels of coenzyme Q10 in your body. Coenzyme Q10, or often abbreviated as CoQ10, is an essential nutrient for energy production at the cellular level, which often decreases dramatically after age 50. This coenzyme is essential for mitochondrial function, small structures in cells responsible for converting food into energy that the body can use. Mitochondria are our cellular power plants, and CoQ10 is the essential fuel that ensures they work optimally. When coenzyme Q10 levels decrease, the body loses efficiency in energy production, resulting in noticeable fatigue, muscle weakness, and slower recovery after activity. Daily tasks become more exhausting, and energy for enjoying hobbies and social activities decreases. The heart, which is a muscle that never stops working throughout our lives, heavily depends on this substance to maintain ideal rhythm and efficient contraction strength. Coenzyme Q10 deficiency is associated with a higher risk of heart failure, arrhythmias, and irregular blood pressure. This problem becomes more complex because many elderly people take medications to manage their health conditions. Specifically, those who take medications such as statins to lower cholesterol may experience more drastic decreases in CoQ10 levels, because statins inhibit the same biochemical pathway that produces CoQ10. This creates a medical paradox where medications intended to protect the heart can, without replacement supplements, cause side effects such as muscle pain and extreme fatigue due to CoQ10 depletion. Many doctors now recommend CoQ10 supplementation for patients using statins to prevent this problem. As age increases, the body's ability to naturally produce coenzyme Q10 decreases significantly, especially after age 50. By age 80, natural CoQ10 production can drop by up to 65% from optimal levels, creating a deficiency that affects almost all systems in the body. Although some foods such as red meat, fish, and nuts provide small amounts of this substance, diet rarely meets the requirements, especially after old age, making supplementation an option often needed to effectively address this deficiency. The good news is that restoring coenzyme Q10 levels to optimal levels can have a noticeable impact on health and vitality. Many users report increased physical endurance, better strength, and more stable energy throughout the day after several weeks of supplementation. CoQ10 also has powerful antioxidant effects, protecting cells from oxidative damage that accelerates the aging process. This helps not only internally but also externally. Many studies show the benefits of CoQ10 in maintaining skin health, reducing wrinkles, and improving skin elasticity. People who previously suffered from chronic fatigue and muscle pain often experience significant recovery after increasing their intake of this coenzyme through supplements. Other benefits include improved cognitive function and protection against cardiovascular disease, making it a comprehensive supplement for elderly health. CoQ10 supplementation is generally safe, but because it can interact with blood thinners and diabetes medications, always consult with your doctor before starting, especially if you are undergoing treatment for chronic conditions. The form of CoQ10 called ubiquinol is more easily absorbed by elderly bodies and may be more effective despite its higher price. With a small investment in good quality CoQ10 supplements, you can help restore vitality and energy that may have declined, allowing you to continue enjoying activities you love with less fatigue and more stamina. The path to healthy aging and vitality requires a comprehensive strategy. Ensuring the body has all essential nutrients is the first step to aging with optimal quality and vitality. However, equally important to knowing which vitamins to take is avoiding common mistakes that can inhibit the absorption and effectiveness of these nutrients. Many people believe they are taking care of their health correctly, but unknowingly, they are making mistakes that cancel out all their good efforts. Here are 3 fatal mistakes that can affect health after age 50 that you need to be aware of. The first mistake is believing that diet alone is sufficient to meet all nutritional needs. Although a varied diet is important, over time the body loses the ability to absorb nutrients efficiently. The natural decline in vitamin and mineral absorption can result in silent deficiencies with symptoms that accumulate slowly. The second mistake is not monitoring vitamin levels through regular checkups. Without proper medical examination, it's impossible to know if there are significant deficiencies. Many people only realize the problem when symptoms are already very clear and difficult to correct. Regular blood tests for essential nutrients are highly recommended. The third mistake is taking supplements without proper guidance. Excess of some nutrients can be as harmful as their deficiency. Some supplements can even reduce the absorption of other nutrients, and some can burden organs such as the liver and kidneys if consumed in doses that are too high. Supplementation should be personalized according to each individual's needs, age, and health condition. The right approach is to start with comprehensive blood tests to identify specific deficiencies, then work with healthcare professionals to develop a safe and effective supplementation plan. Remember, our target is not just longevity, but high quality of life in those additional years. Proper nutrition is the foundation of healthy and active aging. With sufficient vitamin D, B12, magnesium, and coenzyme Q10, the body has the tools needed to fight the effects of aging and maintain vitality. If you've read this far, it means you care about your health and want to take proactive steps to improve your quality of life in the coming years. Now, tell me, are you already taking any of these vitamins in your daily routine? Write a comment below about which vitamins are already part of your routine, or which ones you feel need to be added based on the information provided. Your personal experience might also help others who are considering starting supplementation. Don't forget to like this video if you find the information helpful. Share it with family and friends who also need this information, especially those over 50 or those caring for elderly parents. Subscribe to the Seniors Insight channel for other important tips on how to live a long and healthy life. We are committed to continuing to provide quality content that helps you make informed decisions about your health. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video on the Seniors Insight channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you get our other videos that will help you improve your quality of life as you age. Remember, your health is your biggest asset. Take good care of it today, so you can fully enjoy life tomorrow and in the years to come.